Quest 3 Elite battery strap that comes directly from Meta is continuing to have problems on the back end as users buy it and try to continue using it. Users are reporting different times, but some in as little as a few days. The battery strap seems to work fine, charge the headset, keep it charged, and then suddenly it will just stop working. It usually starts by stopping reporting on the inside what battery percentage it has, and then goes all the way to stop working at all. People have said sometimes unplugging and replugging it in will continue to help it work, but eventually a lot of people are having it not work anymore. We report on this before after seeing numerous reports on Reddit, and then even a video coming out from YouTuber Crispy Tech about his issues with the Elite strap. Now you can see it easily if you go across Target, Best Buy, or Amazon looking in the review section on these people reporting that theirs stopped working. But now Road to VR showing a response from Meta saying that although they typically offer RMAs for defective units and replacing them, Meta is now saying that replacing the strap may not necessarily resolve the problem. We're aware of emerging issues with the Quest 3 Elite strap with battery is not recognized by the headset or fails to charge. Our engineering team is actively working on finding a solution for this issue, and once they have identified a resolution, we'll contact you with an update. Road to VR also went as far as making a very unofficial poll on their Twitter asking for those of you who have the Elite battery strap, have you had any issues? With most people clicking that they don't have one or they just want to be able to see the results. But still, 43% of the people who claim to own one saying they have had issues. Keep in mind this was only about 250 votes, and a lot of those votes are going for the don't have one or wanted to see results. This seems to compound further as now on Meta's website they're no longer showing the strap with battery available, and even for us who were supposed to be sent one off the bat, we still never received one, showing that they may have slowed down their sales and sending them out due to these issues. So at that point I ask you, what do you think is going to happen here? Are they going to have to replace these? Can they update the software in a way that'll fix it? And of course, if you are someone who has one, have you had any of these issues, and specifically what issues did you have? I'd love to know in the comments. Before the Quest 3 launched, the most unpopular choice that Meta had made was the price. Now, thanks to analyst firms looking at detailed reports in the supply chain, it's possible we may actually know about what a Quest 3 cost Meta to create. An important note here to think about in these, this does not include development costs, research and development, or of course the costs of updating software, keeping servers up. This is literally just the components that go into it and their estimated costs. According to these estimates, the most expensive single component in every Quest 3, of course, being that Snapdragon XR Gen 2 at $90 itself. So with that, all the chips, including the RAM and the storage, is estimated at $151. The two LCD panels costing $40 each, while the pancake lenses cost $25 each, so a total display and optics cost of $133. All the cameras and sensors on the front are estimated at $41.50. The Touch Plus controllers $16.50 each. So the total cost of a Quest 3 is estimated to be about $400, $430 with the production in there. So with that, they say that basically if you figure in the R&D costs, shipping, indirect costs, and everything else, it's likely that the Quest 3 is making no profit or even taking a slight loss. Although that's not unusual at all in the gaming world, PlayStations typically take quite a loss making up for it with software for a while. Not only is Meta making money on software, but of course all of the data and all of that they're possibly using to make more money too. But it does make more sense if that's the actual cost at why they made this $500 and not the more approachable price that we were all hoping for of $300 or $400. The report also gives us a little insight into what the Apple Vision Pro may cost. I won't break all that down for you here, but they're estimating the cost of it to be over $1,700, meaning they might be marking this up a little bit more than we're seeing with the Quest 3. If you're hoping to get down a little closer to that manufacturer's cost, there is a few Black Friday sales coming out for the Quest 3, although they're not much. So far over on Newegg, if you buy the $500 128GB Quest 3, you can get a $15 store credit for games alongside that. That Costco bundle we talked about last week that we were hoping would return for Black Friday has returned. That's $600, gets you the Quest 3, the Elite strap, not the battery one, the Meta case, and a $25 Meta Quest Store gift card. And of course, any new Quest 3 includes Asgard's Wrath for another $60 value. All said and done, that's $65 off what all of that would have cost you purchased separately. Or you can head back over to Newegg if you really want the 512, get the $650 one with a $25 store credit. Not a lot of savings there, but if you're still interested in a Quest 2, they did drop the price last week down to $250, but now you can get another $50 credit, whether you get it through Meta, that's going to be a Meta store credit, or you get it through Amazon and you can just get a $50 credit. This is limited time, it's just going to run till Tuesday after Thanksgiving, but if you're someone who wants an extra Quest 2 or doesn't have the Quest 2 yet, it's still a great headset to start with, and this is a pretty low price for a brand new one. Meta's made a lot of progress on AR and XR chips, as we've now seen the new XR2 Gen 2 be very powerful, but recently at the MediaTek Summit 2023, Meta and MediaTek, a Taiwanese chipmaker, announced a partnership to jointly develop a chip for Meta's upcoming AR glasses. This is going to be an exclusive partnership only with Meta, meaning that other manufacturers' competitors are not going to have access to this chip. The VP of Reality Labs saying that new chips need to be developed for AR glasses to become a reality, as we've seen Meta's inching closer with the AI now that they've added to the Meta Ray-Bans, but we still don't have any sort of screen in those that can display information for us to actually read. They need to be able to develop a chip that would be powerful, have a very low power consumption and latency, and have a compact design. It's pretty cool actually. If you look at the new Meta smart glasses, some of them are transparent on the outside and you can see all of the components inside, making it very obvious that all of the components have to be small for these, and of course battery life being the main concern because there's nowhere to put a giant battery like in a Quest 2 or a Quest 3. This is something I'm interested to continue to follow and tell you more about as we see it happen. Think that the dream one day of maybe a Ray-Ban Quest could be a thing, although it seems like we really need a revolution in battery design or potentially even wireless power to make something like that happen. Alongside this announcement of a new chip for AR, Meta's head of augmented reality software actually stepped down. The VP of engineering, Don Box, announced that he would be leaving Meta this week after his tenure, not talking about future plans and saying that he was leaving for personal reasons. Said that this would not affect the product roadmap, but this of course immediately leading to speculations and rumors that maybe Meta's AR division is not doing well or that this could affect their future, as Box has been a veteran engineer there and a big part of the development. Obviously with the Quest 3 and all of its AR capabilities, we've seen a big leap forward and a big push towards mixed reality, so we'll have to watch and see how this affects them. If you're wishing for a Quest 3 or even a high-end PCVR headset this holiday, we still have a giveaway going on for each. A big thank you to Vario, who's providing the PC headset, and then the Quest 3 we're buying ourselves for whoever wins. I'll leave links in the description, the comments to both of those giveaways in case you haven't entered yet. All of your support has just been huge, and so we want to keep giving back and say another thank you so much to all of you. If you're curious about spatial video, the Quest 3 is actually capable of watching it already. As we announced recently, the new iPhone 15 can already start recording spatial video in preparation for the Apple Vision Pro. This really boils down to the fact that although Apple of course is calling it spatial video is really just a regular 3D video. It's obvious why Apple would want to avoid calling it 3D video or 3D movies, as we saw a huge surge in 3D TVs and video and then it kind of fell on its face, and they don't want to be associated with that stigma of failure. But right now, if you are an iPhone 15 Pro user and you have the beta to where you can record spatial video, you can get it over to your Quest 3, although it's not very simple to do that. The media file has to be converted and then moved over from your phone to your headset. I'll leave a link in the description in the comments to a full breakdown step-by-step in case you're really interested in doing that, but I won't bore you with all the details here. Speaking of the Apple Vision Pro, probably one of the most divisive things we've seen so far is the external eye display, with Smosh even taking it to another level and making it look really ridiculous in a video they dropped. For people who haven't been following the Vision Pro closely, this is not a see-through display. This is not showing through your actual eyes like in Ready Player One, where they were wearing what looked like ski goggles and just seeing through to their real eyes. The headset is displaying a virtual representation of your eyes in real time. This is called Eyesight Display, and really it's just a display that's recreating your eyes, which does mean that this external display could have more functions to it. We're starting to see these come out now. In trailers, they're showing here how you need to scan your face first for it to be able to recreate your eyes, and to do that, you hold the headset in front of your face for it to scan you. While you're looking at that front display, it's actually helping guide you through the process by using that external display, showing arrows of which way you need to look and face and how to turn the headset. This of course is early and we don't have full details of what this means, but it does mean that developers could potentially use the outer display for things other than eyes. This wouldn't be very useful to the person inside the headset because they would never know that it was displaying something, but it raises questions of could there be games where people on the outside see something on the headset to kind of get more of a social experience of what the person is doing inside of the headset? Could it be a clock when you set it down on its charging stand and you can just see it at a glance what time it is? Could it show up other notifications on there? We don't know, but with that, we are only hopefully a few months from starting to see some of these Apple Vision Pros in the wild. We got the holidays ahead of us and sales happening and lots more. We'll keep you posted here on the channel as usual, but once again, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you. We are almost at 60,000, and I don't know, by the time this video comes out, we may be there or be there very quickly after, thanks to all of you that have been showing up. So thank you once again to you and to Willow, who's made this recording extremely difficult today, but I will see you in another reality.